we could see some pretty brutal ocean zones, maybe down the valley, up the valley, as I see our World Cup champion Booga falling in the feed. A team that really is struggling here. Unfortunately, like a few people expected, myself included, just something doesn't seem to click for those guys when it comes to the finals.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. But right now, we just watched the zone pool opposite of the other edge, so it's going all the way east here. These western teams that committed over here are just not going to have a good time with this next rotate. Clicks and company right in the middle of all the lines of fire have to make a move first. Bizzle's going to get a crucial knock though. This is a way to set themselves up for the move on through, and no, instead Booga's going to go ahead and push in. They want the fight, they want to wrap this up, and yes, they are going to be able to get it. So cleaning up house here on the outskirts.
Yeah, they get their damage on the outside. They're doing well here, and that's it. They were only 60 above. I talked about how they're struggling. Maybe they heard me. They're like, hey, I only got knocked. I didn't get finished, and we're going to kind of capitalize on that team. But you talked about it. It's a long rotate back. Look at the whole lobby in front of the Monster. You see Clicks hesitating. He's looking a bit scared. Doesn't know how to make this one. Bizzle, obviously the big brain that this team's going to set up. He's going to try and figure out what they can do. They're probably going to try and drop down to that left section, try to get behind this top of Day Mirror in reverse, because it's going to be a struggle to get in this last little bit.
Yeah, Bizzle's like taunting it back and forth here, really just trying to eye out when's this team down low going to make the move, and when they do, we follow them on in. And it's risky to go this early, but it's better than going last. I'll tell you that right now. The last team is always the one that gets punished the most, so they're trying to get ahead of this and really follow the team underneath them and pace with them. You want to move almost at the same time. It's going to be the best way to go ahead and get through this, and there it is. The quick swap. Saw how Clicks takes over really quickly and confidently and leads them on up. They wanted that zone to move in. It's going to reveal this new piece of terrain. It's the old builds on the back, and now they know they're completely clear. High ground gets knocked out with the sniper shot, and now they're opening up here. The bouncer on in. Booga snatches up high ground.
We saw this last time, though. They took high ground earlier. Didn't have the mats, they didn't have the loadout. We haven't got eyes on it for a little bit here. I want to see how much of their material as a team they invested into that rotate, but they have the high ground. This is it. This is their chance to have that big jump up. We saw it last time. We had Gabe Tahi, Sprite jump up. They've taken high ground late. Jack Acorn, Slacks have done it here today. Edgy falls in the feed to Polarized. Hasn't been finished, though. Just knocked. So maybe that low ground team can pick them back up, but this is looking fantastic as Bizzle builds this big tarp to front side. 96 builds. A lot of it being hard material, over 400 brick, 100 metal, and he's used most of it here, so Edgy does go down to Polarized, but this is it. If you're a Clicks, Booga, or Bizzle fan, you need to be giving them your energy, cheering them on, because this is one of their last chances here on day number 1 to have a huge jump up, because they're going to be feeling the pressure coming into day number 2 if they don't have a huge performance here.
Yeah, look at this. Bizzle is not giving up this trio that's trying to hold second height. He is doing exactly what he needs to do. It's putting on the fire right there. Keeping them, again, not feeling safe at all. Give up the layer. Get off that layer is what he was trying to indicate to those other enemies. Here's Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite. Once again, getting back in the groove, showing those moments of greatness from that previous round. Sprite being down, though, is definitely going to cost him a lot. It's going to be at the expense of all of their chug splashes, but they're back in this game. They can also realistically walk away with this. Just the white heals alone is so much to work with.
And look at the pepper tarping, man, it's a thing of beauty. The speed right now, they went from backside getting that revive off on Sprite to going back to the front side now. Centered getting an elimination of the feed, so even though they've lost Edgy, Centered and potentially Commandment still in this one, making big moves here as Clicks gets a knock onto reverse 2K. That is huge. The more damage that Clicks can do to the teams at the very top is going to be massive for their surge up the leaderboard, as Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite in the mid ground looking fantastic. 15 teams alive, 37 players. Game number 5, the second last chance here on the day to have the huge jump up. I want to know, where's Jack Acorn and Slacks in this monster? There's a few big names we haven't seen yet. There it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to watch, is these other names. Oh, snap. Look at that. Even Bully and Frisk still alive, too. So these are those sleeper squads that had a lot of points, but are having a tough time breaking out of the middle of the pack. How do you get up to the elite top 5 situation? It's about popping off and making these end games. Polarized on the other side, working with this trio, trying to continue to push on through. But now, it's all going through old builds. This is perfect for a team that has so much material like Clicks. Coming into this, they had what was it? 17th place. They were so far behind, but now with the placements, now with the elims, they're jumping back up. They're keeping themselves up, and they need this win right now because day 2 is so far as how many points they need to close and catch up to.
And as far as the narrative has been changing here, I was just about to talk about, you see Clicks dropping some of the white heals. I think they're going to give that all to Bizzle to try to go for the heal off, despite having active surge at every single point in these games, Monsters. We haven't really seen anything come down to the heal off. It goes right down to the wire at the very end. It's usually a big fight, which we love to see, but we see the builds go back. The zone goes back through all the old builds. So Sprite, Gabe, and Tahi get a little bit of a break here, trying to make their way through the mid ground, but it means that Clicks' team on high ground get to set up for that big heal off, as Day and Miro still going through, take down Riversun and Kaz. We saw that again. FaZe, Centered, and Commandment still in this as a duo, so we're seeing huge duo performances here.
We're seeing big pop-offs right there. Big names, too, still continue to rock it. Here it is. 9 elims so far. 144 points. My gosh. Give the lobby a chance here, will ya? And he's got the flopper to work with, so a little time to buy here on the Storm. As Tahi's going to find Nosh. Clicks is going to find Commandment again. Those are those big names clashing with one another. Those are those players that you need out of the game if you need to catch up right now. But again, Miro, Reverse, and Day here still alive is the biggest threat to the lobby.
It is no slacks. Jack and Acorn in this endgame means second place is looking to have that big surge up. We just saw third place fall as well as Miro takes down Macwood. We see the team that came second place last game getting the knock here. So we have 4 teams, 8 players alive right now. You have to imagine that no Clicks goes down to Miro as well. So now we have 3 teams, 7 players. Day picks up Kanata. Our reigning champs are doing ridiculous things as a duo here. Gabe, Tahi, and Sprite on the low ground. They've won 1 game here today. Then they've had 3 complete throwaway games. What can they do? Going for the early med kit. Here it is. Miro versus Bizzle up here. Gabe, Tahi, Sprite. It's a 3v1v1 right now, trying to close this one out. Bizzle's building forward. Remember, they dropped all of their white heals onto Bizzle. If it goes to a heal off, he has the advantage, but Miro, we know how Miro likes to play. He doesn't want to go for the heal off. He wants to take the fight, but the spray from Gabe and Tahi on low ground is everything Bizzle needs, I think, to close this one out. He has the flopper. The team on low ground has been wounded, and it is Bizzle, Booga, and Clicks with the huge jump up on the leaderboard and place. Maybe an emotional push. Maybe they're just trying to have a big game 6 to jump up on the leaderboard. Either which way though, Monster, it has had a huge effect on our leaderboard as our third place team is not looking good at all.
Yeah, and our first place team either Day falls in the feed there to Degen, who, by the way, is on the upwards trajectory at 79 points. So these are all major clashes right now on NAE's. Commandment is going to get taken out, drops the heals and stuff too. So for Zayt, Sap, and Stretch, they managed to maintain a full trio wipe. And
you know, I put pressure on to maybe try and get a top 5. I didn't have huge hope for Victory Royale. Hopefully they can play upset tomorrow, but they need to survive Bucky, Kanata, and Macwood, which are on a huge upward trajectory here at the end of day 1 right now. And game 6, they need another big performance to make this happen. And man, it's not going easy right now. Riversun's team's not going down without a fight. Kaz takes down Bucky. Macwood's on the back foot. Kanata's low. This was a fight that maybe wasn't the one to take.
yeah, this is the make or break battle, and they're sinking right here as they are down a man, and it's basically all over at that point. So yep, the HP trade there I think was a good one, as Chap, Threats, and Dukes are alive right now. So wait a second, where is Bully? Yes,
the first time we've seen the endgame, Bully, Friston, Oss, looks like I'm guessing they've gone down here as Miro in reverse pick up something onto Zypher. Was at the back of a snipe. I'm not sure what happened there. Miro took down Zypher, so as a duo, they're still pushing forward. Our first place team, they could potentially get an elimination onto Twexy here as well. If they look to the left, he is looking shambles. Was that on the back of another snipe? I don't know what this team is doing right now. I shouldn't say this team, what this duo is doing right now is they're pushing into that top 17 teams to try. Goku and Spegu were lurking. They get the knocks. If they get all 3 eliminations up here, that's going to be 6 points. Cat Mats on a potential high ground for first rotating. This is everything we need to see Clicks, Booga, and Bizzle have a back-to-back Victory Royale to close out day 1. How massive would that be for this team's confidence going into tomorrow after a very quiet start?
Absolutely, and that's what they're doing right now. Look at all the extra metal. The fact that he's able to really branch out there, double it up, quadruple it up, right? Make it nice and wide to give them all the platform that they need. Zayt's gonna get knocked in the feed. Threats is gonna go down, so that's Chap's team getting wiped up right now too, as Skittles is still popping off here, and there goes Dukes on the full finish off. So again, teams getting wiped out, Dreams being crushed here, but this is just day 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, you have pretty much tuned into the last game of day 1 right here for the finals of the NA East region. Look, it's close at the top. It really is close at the top. And we're versus 2K down and Miro only left in this game. This gives more teams like Jack a chance to actually jump up.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. If you're following the narrative, if you like close games, if you're looking forward to the 6 games we're going to watch tomorrow, this is what you want to see. Our second place team right now as a solo, our first place team as a solo, our third place team down completely. This gives everyone else a chance to jump up. Looking at teams like Creo, Illist, and Avery, haven't got sightlines on them. Potentially they're still in this. Clicks, Booga, and Bizzle on 8th place right now with a victory out last game can have a huge jump up. Bucky, Kanata, Macwood in there. Game Tahi, Sprite have gone down. So right now, 3 of our teams in the top 5 are either out or solo. That is massive for this leaderboard right now. It is going to shake up tremendously here at the tail end of day 1. It's going to be about who can jump up and take it, because I guarantee whoever gets these points today is going to be sitting pretty for tomorrow.
Yeah, they're going to be sitting real comfortable. As now you hear the RPGs going off. Jack has to make the rotate here. He's going to pop the bouncer. Stretch gets left in the dust there. Jack gets pinged on the way down, and he's down to White House. Digging into those prestigious floppers so early. As a solo as well, you really want those to play that zone nice and slow to yourself. Here, though, with enough material, he's at least stretching his life out of this game right here. Can he find an impact elimination as a solo? That's a tough ask, but it's not impossible.
We've seen a lot of big things happen. We've just broken inside those placement points. Top 17. Every team that goes down now is going to be 1 point until we hit that prestigious top 3, where you're going to get 6 points for top 3, 5 for second, and 5 for first. That's why that victory hour is worth those 30 points, and that's what you need. But if you can clutch on, if you can hold on and get these 5, 10 extra placement points, somehow pull off a miracle top 3 as a solo, it would be huge. As Booga, Bizzle, and Clicks look like they're going to get their momentum slowed down on high ground. I see Booga boxing up right now, going for meds. It was at the hands of XMB, Leo, and Ved. They fought for the high ground. Both teams exchanged blows. Kanata and Mac were trying to do it as a duo as Bucky's going down. But big. I saw DGen, Ages, and Skittles, your pick, Monster, looking fantastic to make a play for high ground.
Yeah, and they're still going. Look, they're going to find Leo there with the knock. Clicks is going to find Ved. So all these teams, high ground, get really lighting stuff up. Teo's still in this, but he just gets knocked right there. And again, it's becoming closer and closer. Somehow, Jock is managing to avoid everyone and staying alive. Skittles is going to find Booga somehow. So that means high ground might not be going with the back-to-backs here.
I think it is. DGen, Age, and Skills are up there right now. They've taken it. They have it. They are there. This is your pick to win it. And they're in 9th place coming into this. So they're on 79 points. They were only 2 points behind Clicks' team. So not only is that a big game, and look at that, a top 8 for Jack. That is so many more place points. That's 9 more points he was able to clutch up as a solo. That is huge. Can Kanata and Macwood do something? Interesting to see here. Looks like they're not using the shields onto Macwood at the moment, unless it's just kind of something I'm missing here. As Skittles, Booga, and DGen, on the high ground, they've taken down Clicks and Booga. They've taken down the team that was on their heels coming into tomorrow. They need a huge game if they want to jump up. Seeing DGen, Age, and Skittles just inside top 10 is an upset. They have the caliber to be in first place right now. With this victory hour, could potentially jump up into that top 5, maybe top 3, as we've seen all of our Titans go down and everyone else is scrambling to get their chance up there on the leaderboard.
And Aegis is still going. Aegis is still going. He's gotten another set of elims. He's just picking up pair after pair right here, connecting. And down to the low ground, my gosh, Kanata. He is also rolling right here. Rocking and rolling with another 2-piece down to the low ground. It's a 2-for-1 special here. And now comes the edits on through. He's scrambling. He's done enough, though. Even if he falls now, top 3 is where you want to be here, as it's all gunplay from up above here. And it should be easy pickings. We are looking at so many eliminations from Agers. My gosh.
How many times have we seen a 3v3 at the end with the last 2 teams, Monster?
Every
it's so
time.
exciting, but unfortunately right now, Snake, Frat, and Polarize on the low ground. This is probably the most one-sided 3v3 we've seen here today. Game number 6 is going to go to DGens, Ages, and Skittles. And what a game! Oh my gosh, 16 elimination victory.
First half of the finals complete for these guys, and here we are. These are our standings.
Yeah, day 1, 6 games completed. Day, Miro, and Reverse, our reigning FNCS champions, end the day. Good job to him, and I want to give a huge shout out to Kanata and Macwood at the end there. That last game there, they were a duo. They ended up clutching up, I believe it was 3rd place, so well done by them. And then to round out the second page here,
kind of go down when they overcommit to height, when trying to go against Slax, Acorn, and Jack, who just had it locked down. And you know what? Those middle games are kind of tough. That
1, switch drop spots in the middle of the day, and then 2 have been contesting like arguably 2 of the strongest trios in here.
Yeah, you know, they've come out with pretty good eliminations because of this. You know, they won that off spawn since they switched over to Hydro Dam. You know, they won that off spawn 3 times, so that's 3 eliminations straight away. They ended up losing it